And welcome in, everybody. So yeah, we're gonna be peng-winning today. I did have, I have a couple of things secured here. Yeah, like I'm gonna rail into this card. I'm gonna rail into this card and how bad this card is, and how bad the hot Lucha is as well. Wait, hang on? Did they screw up that card? Yeah, they'll fix that. They'll definitely fix that. Yeah, this is just Scovillain's attack. So they screwed up the translation on that. I'm sure, I think it's Jack will fix it. And never gonna let me down. Oh, you're damn straight it does. Mousehole the X. No, it's not. All right, so we're playing with the Penguin today. It's fine. Ironically, my first ever game with this card, I played against Alakazam, and I lost because PDCGL hates me, so that was fun. But if you face a fire deck, you lose. If you don't get off to a good start, you lose. If you play Empoleon, you lose. So let's just get it started. Uh-oh, I just pushed a button on my computer, and I don't know what I just broke. Okay, I think everything's fine. And oh no, I already have the title for the Mismagius. Mismagius's YouTube title is going to be "Can I win a single game with Mismagius EX?" That's literally going to be the title of the video, is "Can I win a single game with Mismagius EX?" Ironically, we're getting an improved Misdreavus. The Misdreavus that we're getting in January is just going to be able to evolve directly into a Mismagius, so it's going to be like the Crustle. But yeah, we're playing Empoleon today. Oh my god, if this is Grimmsnarl, that's bad. Because it's like you basically just have Jumbo Ice Cream and then Munkidori, and okay, it's Golden Go. This is also bad. Golden Go is also very, very bad. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but we can't one-shot a Golden Go. It's kind of something that this deck is incapable of doing. Well, this is a terrible matchup. We got Golden Go. Fantastic. All right, so my options aren't really anything right now. I only play 11 supporters. I guess I have to put the Genesect down just to thin the deck a little bit here. And we go for, Empoleon, Metagross. And then I can't even attach to the Piplup. I was like, oh, I can attach to the Piplup, and we can just be totally fine, and we have the Piplup set up, but they could very easily just have Air Balloon, Golden Go. Well, we know they have Golden Go. They could have Air Balloon, Retreat. They're playing the baby Golden Go, and then bosses the Piplup with the energy, and then we're just totally screwed. So I'm going to be in desperation mode. Hopefully they do the thing and put an Air Balloon on the Munkidori, because then that means it's not an Air Balloon on the Genesect, because we're going to be in desperation mode next turn, and we're going to have to boss his orders to stupid Genesect next turn. Ugh. So you didn't see the intro of the video, but the intro of the video explains that I'm only doing the Matang and Metagross builds today. I'll save, if Empoleon is somewhat viable, which it isn't, I'll save the Archaludon for later. Like, I obviously have other ideas for the deck, but I don't think this is going to go well. It's won a footful of tournaments. A footful of tournaments in Japan, and Metagross was the best one, but I think I'll end up preferring Matang. Right, because Metagross, you need 2 stage 2s, and that's just not good. All right, well, here we go. Hopefully they don't realize that they just easily have it. And yes, hot dog buns. I showed up in the stream, and the mods didn't like that. The mods didn't like their pilot. All right, so we have to go Metallic Signal. I guess I just get... I mean, they're not going to Iono me. We know that. And guess what? I actually want to put the Psychic. So why do I want to put the Psychic on there? Why does Trust Your Pilot want to put the Psychic energy Oh, we're so screwed. on the Piplup. The reason for that is that I can super rod it back in, and we need, I don't know, I don't think it really matters. Yeah, Huge Beer Guy was the stream for LAIC. And yeah, the mods don't like me. That is very clear. The mods are not my fans. They're not a fan, Rotom, of me. All right, so I mean this has to be an auto loss. They're probably gonna end up taking 4 prizes before I even get off my first attack. And Gordroth, if you gift 1,000 subs, I still won't do it. No, I don't think I got timed out. I basically just had it on in the background so I could get the Mega Venusaur sleeves. That was kind of the whole reason I was there, was just to get the drop. So yes, I did obtain the Mega Venusaur sleeves. I was too lazy because I'd already built the deck, so I didn't want to go back and change the decks again. Yeah, I was just there for the Mega Venusaur. I don't even care about the jacket. You know, I jacket enough on my own. I don't need to do it on PTCGL. So Fire decks are an auto loss. Mr. Leon, thank you for the sub. Fire decks are an auto loss. Golden Go is pretty much an auto loss. Raging Bolt seems like an auto loss. Well, actually, they do need, what, 6 energy, so that's a little bit tougher. Like, you'd have to play Toedscruel. No, I don't wear socks. There's a difference. God, the fact that we can't even one-shot a Genesect is kind of sad. All right, I just have to send out the Piplup and believe in the heart of the cards here. Never gonna let me down. It's a Canadian winter. Of course I'm wearing pants. All right, so we got to go Metagross. Uh-oh, I forgot to put the Psychic. Oh, no, we're fine. We're fine. I forgot. I forgot about the fact that this deck is terrible. That's my bad. Oh, goodness. Yep, forgot about that. That was an oopsie, but we weren't going to get it anyway. Yeah, we didn't even get it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, you can't Prinplup. You can't do anything with this deck. This deck doesn't do anything. You have to get your Empoleon? This deck is trash. Okay, we're gonna try. They immediately doinked you. They were just like, we can't have our people having fun. We can't have people mentioning PTCGL. All right, Wilry. Yeah, it's kind of funny. If you read the announcement because if you didn't know, I broke the story. Pokemon TCG Pocket was chosen as the best game of 2025 by Google. So the biggest company in the world chose Pokemon TCG Pocket as the biggest game of this year, even though it came out last year, which is kind of weird. And it also, if you read the explanation, it's like they brought the physical Pokemon trading card game to life digitally, and that's why we had to give it the award. And it's like, you do realize Pokemon TCG Live exists, right? You do realize we already had that in PTCGO 15 years ago, and we also have it in another game. It's just that the game sucks, obviously. No, I would say that Mega Venusaur is better than this. No, Mr. Leon, this is not a good deck. This is a bad deck. This is a horrible, very bad, no good deck. Okay. I mean, you can't really do anything with this deck, so let's just, yeah, do that. Okay. Okay. Well, it doesn't make Google money. Oh, it makes, yeah, that's true. PTCGL does not make them any money, and this is a Raging Bolt deck. Okay, this is like the ultimate litmus test. Right? Because Raging Bolt should be a bad matchup, but we do hit their Ogerpons for weakness. We hit their, we knock out the Ogerpon, we knock out the Mew. but I don't think this deck has enough Gust. And it's not helpful when they just have the turn 1 KO. Oh, please, please flip heads. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like I said, in a format full of one-shots, someone who reduces 60 isn't very good. Well, this isn't a great start to the game. You know, I started double Munkidori and a pretty much dead hand. I had to Artazon for the Munkidori. I don't know why I attached to the Munkidori. You know, I thought, oh, they started the Mew. There's no way they just get a turn 1 KO of my Monkey. And then, of course, they did. All right, so we have to save the bosses 100% here. And I have to go for Technical Machine Evolution. And we gotta hope. Okay, probably should have checked to see the Prinplup status, but I think we're just kind of in a situation where I'm going to end up attacking with Steven's Metagross. That's kind of where we're at. Yeah, I didn't even check to see how many Prinplup we had, but this is pretty much what I was going to have to do anyway to at least attack. The good news is that they're having to waste more energy to knock out monkeys. The bad news is that I'm going to lose. Do I think Team Rocket's Mewtwo is better than this deck? I think so, right? Because you do 280 with Mewtwo. You don't need to worry about multiple stage 2s. I don't know what the good matchups are for this deck. Right? I guess like Grimmsnarl could be okay because of de-evolution. Right? Because de-evolution does not affect Empoleon EX. Empoleon EX does not get devolved because of its ability. Its ability is a mist energy, so it doesn't get devolved. Like, I think if you put in 3 bosses and then you face Raging Bolt and then you just knock out Mew, Ogerpon, then you have a decent chance of winning. Like, I have to knock out their... Like, obviously I'm taking a knockout here. The only thing I can knock out is the Mew, because remember how I trashed Steven's Metagross earlier this year? Yeah, it's still bad. Oh, that's not great, but we have to be able to play the game. Oh, wow, that's kind of pathetic. That's kind of pathetic. Thank you. Thank you for being ultra pathetic today. All right, so we attach, we go Boses, we got to knock out the Mew, Metal Stomp, and Super Smash Kart. My full preview will be up on Sunday about Ascended Heroes. So I will have my full unadulterated thoughts about the set and everything and how kind of disappointing. You know, I can briefly mention, like, Crafty, the text is wrong, so I guess I probably shouldn't talk about that because it's mistranslated there. But Mega Halucha, yeah, not good. This card is terrible. It only has 250 hit points, which is god-awful. And then it only does 260, which is really bad. And then its ability, oh, you think its ability is fine? No, what if they have Frostlass? If they have Frostlass, you just lose. You know, Mega Electros is bad, Mega Halucha is bad, Mega Scrafty is slightly less bad. Pikachu's Light Ball is really good. It lets Pikachu EX hit for 350. The Valley, or the Night thing, whatever it's called, the stadium. Night Mine. That could be really good. So if Dragapult, they're doing everything to kill Dragapult. They're like, hey, what if we introduce Psyduck and Battle Cage and Night Mine and all these other things? Yeah, as a Grimmsnarl player, I hope Halucha is a second free deck because those are just easy wins. But this Raging Bolt matchup is... if I just had the full Metal Lab, we would survive, but you have no way to recover from this. I literally have 0 way to recover from them one-shotting a Steven's Metagross, and that's pathetic. All right, so if we can hold them here, if we can hold them here, we can win the game. I have to knock out that Fez, though. There's a rare candy. Thank you for the rare candy. All right, so let's go. Fezandipiti. Hope we get something. We got something. All right, then we Super Rod in... we got a Beldum, so I think Metagross, Energy. Beldum, and Yeah, I go Hero's Cape, TM Evolution, Darkness Energy. We burn the Poffin because we don't need it. I mean, if this was an Iono, we might have a chance. All right, so as long as they can't get powered up and knock out my Fez, we should be okay. And that's unfortunate. Okay. I guess it's just TM Evolution and then hope they can't knock out the Fez. Because if we can hold them here, we win the game. It's that simple. If we just hold them here, we win. You know, we got a 420 hit point Empoleon. We have 2 Jumbo Ice Cream. They're going to need a lot if they want to take the knockout. Like, they would need their Prime Catcher, I guess, right? Or just flipping heads on this. Oh, crap. Oh, you know, just flipping heads on Pokemon Catcher. No big deal. Yep, there's a Hottest Vitality. Oh my god, this deck is trash. That is, Mark, damn straight. Oh, man. All right, we're playing one more with this build. Then we're maining the stupid Metang. This is bad. Hey, I'm apparently a really big deal on Reddit. You know, apparently I'm a huge deal on Reddit. I don't know why. Someone has a weird obsession with me. And I like how, so I checked the comments just before going live just to see if, you know, someone fessed up about who it was. And no one did. But the last comment is who? And they have negative votes. I thought that was great. Someone's like, how dare you question not knowing Trust Your Pilot? And DC fan, damn straight. It had to be Clamburglar, right? It has to be Clamburglar or like Sunny. Whoever has like an AI ChatGPT subscription. It has to be someone with a ChatGPT. It has to be Clamburglar, right? Like, who else is degenerate enough and obsessed with me enough that they would spend money on a prompt? It's the classic Arven for Poffin, and then you have your stage 1s in your hand. It's the classic. The thing I've done more than anything with this deck is I've gone turn 1 Arven for Poffin TM Evolution while also having the evolutions in the hand. All right, so what do we got? Do we have Prinplup? We actually have both. Okay, that's pretty good. I would like to have double Piplup, but they had a nothing turn. You know, if they had a good turn, I would be a little more concerned. But they did not. All right. You know, and you have to get 2 stage 2s on turn 2 if you want to have a chance with this deck. You could say, oh, but this deck is all about the late game. Yeah, it's got very good late game. The problem is that you're only doing a maximum of 210 damage until the end of the game when Mega Mawile shows up. Please don't tell me this is a control deck. I mean, even if this is a control deck, I think we can win because I just think we can. Right? As long as I don't bench anybody else, I think we can. Oh, it's Greninja. Yeah, it's always Greninja. So there's no Psyduck in here. I've been facing a lot of Greninja lately. Okay. Yeah, I guess we go up with the Prinplup, because, again, you can't Metagross to a Prinplup, which is so stupid. Oh, this is even worse. I can get both, but at what cost? Well, it'd be nice if they gave me a Grand Tree. All right, so we go get Genesect. We have to do this. This is very not cool that we have to put a liability down. And I'm going to have to put like a Piplup into play as well if I want to have any sort of chance. But just the fact that we only do 210 is just insane to me. right? We do a hot 210 and is... I have to use Lillies. I know I should use Metagross first, but I need to get an extra energy because you... See? Do you see how close that was? Do you see how close we were to just losing this game because PTCGL said, nah, bro? Okay. I'm going to be losing a lot of Pokemon if I do this, but I think it's just Ultra Ball, that and that. Go get the Piplup. I mean, do I even bother? I feel like at this point, I should just have Mega Mawile down, because they're going to knock out the Piplup for sure, right? If I put the Piplup down, they're going to knock it out somehow, some way. But I also feel like I need a backup Empoleon, right? It's a conundrum. It's like, this deck needs so many stage 2s. You're not taking any knockouts on anything except for like a Fezandipiti. Yeah, like look at Ceruledge EX, right? Ceruledge EX for 1 energy can knock out everything in the game. Empoleon EX for 3 energy can barely do anything. So just, you know, it's not enough damage reduction. In the preview of this video, I compared it to Goodra V-Star. Goodra V-Star was a -80 and it had an ability that fully healed itself. I would rather have an ability that fully healed itself than a missed energy. And there's the Grand Tree. Okay. Unfortunately, the thing we need is in the discard pile. The Prinplup's in the discard pile. Here's the Dust Noir. They don't actually take a knockout of my Empoleon, though. They will come up short of a KO on Empoleon, but that's like the only good news. And I was thinking, oh, what if you play it with like Liepard or Cofagrigus or something? It's like, even then it's not very good. Like you could put a Cofagrigus in this deck, but then you have to take out 2 cards. You have to take out Munkidori, which actually might not be the dumbest thing in the world, but then you got to put switch cards as well. PMC Fool, yeah, you're definitely... Damage is not in effect. Yeah, I think they realized, wait, I can't knock them out. Okay, if I get a rod to... Ooh, hello. Okay, if I can get a rod to play with, we might be okay. I think I put the Munkidori down. And then I go... Lily's Determination, because we want like a Darkness Energy and... Not any of those things. We want a Darkness Energy and not a single one of those things. All right, so let's go Mawile, Prinplup, that. And then I Grand Tree for the dude, and then we build up another Empoleon, which is serviceable. Gorgoroth, clearly not enough. All right, so wait, there we go. I was like, PTCGL had a seizure there for a second. What do you mean? It's right there. There's 2 of them right... What the hell was that? There's 2 of them right there. All right, let's DOS boot. And, you know, worst case scenario, I can attack with the Munkidori. I mean, that's like god-awful scenario. That's not worst case scenario. That's like the worst case scenario. But imagine if I'd been able to get a Darkness Energy that turn. Imagine how amazing life would be if I got a Darkness Energy. We would be rolling in the deep like Adele. So this is going to be in the YouTube video no matter what, because like this is a good matchup for this deck, all things considered, and we're probably still going to lose because you don't really have room for siders. It's like, if you want to put Munkidori in the deck, which is a very good choice, then you can't include Cofagrigus. You can't really go crazy on Full Metal Lab. You can't do anything crazy. And then, of course, they have the Jamming Tower. All right. I mean, they still have to double fist it. Yeah, they still have to double fist my Empoleon if they want to take the knockout. So it's like, yeah, the Jamming Tower helps. Actually, did it help? Did the Jamming Tower help? Because they're going to do 1 set. Yeah, okay, they would have been 10 damage short. So it does help. And PMC Fool, because Everyone will copyright strike your video. Anyone's looking for any opportunity to copyright strike your video, so I just don't take any chance. Right, and the music in PDCGL, it just gets really annoying, so I just keep the sound effects, and then my sweet, sexy voice. My sweet, ooh, yeah, my voice. Oh, yeah, you like that? You don't want no music, you want this. Okay, so I think we win, right? We just win because they don't have anything else happening? Okay, can I get, like, a playable card, please? Is that too much to ask for in this day and age? Just a playable card? All right, well, I can't attach the thing. Yeah, we have to... I mean, I guess I could knock out the Pidgeot, but where does that get me? Right, the Pidgeot, just knocking out their attacker seems like the best thing, right? Well, that went spectacularly. All right, let's go get rid of Arven and Rare Candy. Get, yeah, the Mega Mawile. What do we got? We have Jumbo Ice Cream. We have Full Metal Lab and Jumbo Ice Cream. Look at all these cards that would be really helpful that we just haven't been able to find. Yeah, look at all these really useful cards that we just can't. Okay, well, even PDCGL doesn't want me playing this card. Even PDCGL is just like, yeah, you shouldn't be playing this. So I had to attack. The reason I had to attack is that if I don't do my next action quickly enough, yeah, there's cards I needed, then I could lose my turn. So I activated my next thing. I probably wasn't going to put the Mawile down, but I didn't really have a choice in that situation. I just kind of had to do it. And hot dog buns. If you ever need a wiener to go between those buns, I know a guy. Did we just win this game? Am I seriously about to beat off a Greninja deck with Empoleon? Yeah, I think that's great. You want to keep posting memes in the subreddit, go for it. It's just more viewership. I get to expose myself to more people. I enjoy exposing myself to new people. I mean, the problem here is, I guess, Ursaluna. If they have double Froakie, okay, if they have... Oh, no, yeah, the Duskull is fine. Okay, that's... Yeah, we just knocked out the Pidgeot. So obviously they're going to retreat and use Badoo. I'm going to knock out the Pidgeot. Make their life slightly more difficult. Hopefully we top deck Iono. That'd be pretty sick. I did put 3 in the deck. I'm pretty sure we prized one, though. Am I upset that I got exposed as the PDCGL dev, Dr. Pelipper? Wait, you're gonna Iono me? That's illegal. It's like they're watching the stream and they know. Okay, this is really bad. And we still don't have a darkness energy. Still no darkness energy. Okay, I mean, this is fine. We're not in the best situation. Hey, there we go, finally. Complain long enough and it'll show up. Okay, so Metal Signal. Yeah, we just needed to shuffle the deck to try and put the cards that are on the bottom up the top. I think I put the Artazon down. Right, just to get more cards out of my deck. That's why I'm doing this as well, is I want to see... Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Oh. Okay, never mind. And hot dog buns, yeah, Prime Catcher's fine, but I mean, the whole point with Lopunny is that you retreat into somebody like a Dusknoir or a Dunsparce or somebody else that I can't think of, but you want to play like Dunsparce or Dusknoir, so then you just retreat into them, and then you blow them, and then you just put the Lopunny back in the active. So yeah, obviously Prime Catcher is a really good card, but you don't need it, since you can just pair it with Dusknoir, Dunsparce, and all of them are really good. All right, I imagine they're just going to get the Greninja, knock out the Munkidori, and set up the Genesect. Seems like all they're going to do, and then they just knock out the Genesect. But remember, I had to put the Genesect down to get Metagross and Empoleon, because Metagross cannot accelerate to Prinplup which goes back to, you know, when Empoleon was first revealed, I said one of the big, major, huge, really bad things about this deck is that the Piplup and the Prinplup are water types, so they can't take advantage of all the things that would take advantage of a metal type, including Metagross. So it's not just full Metal Lab, it's not just Iron Defender, it's also Metagross. So you can't get Metagross first, X-boot to a Piplup or a Prinplup, and then Lillies. You have to X-boot to an Empoleon. So there's just too many things wrong with Empoleon to make it actually viable. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun whacking off, right? And DC fan, oh yeah, we're switching to that one right after. I'm not messing around with this. Metagross actually saw the most success in Japan, but don't forget that the meta in Japan is different and they play IRL, and Steven's Metagross is also terrible. I mean, there's no way that's like their one ignition energy, right? Because their win con was going to be Munkidori Genesect, right? If they just Shinobi Blade, then we definitely have a chance now. Okay, I think what I do is I just Iono. Obviously, I think we have to Iono here. Unless I get the boss's orders, then we just win the game, and that'd be super sweet. There is 2 in the deck. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Iono, and then I think worst case scenario is I just Mind Bend the Greninja. Right? We just Mind Bend Greninja and hope that things buff out, but we only have 1 energy left. Oh, good God. I don't think I can Mind Bend. Because we only have the 2 energy left. We only have a metal and a psychic. Do we have a rod? We have a super rod and a darkness energy. So actually, I guess I go for it. Right? Because, oh, but Empoleon needs 2 metal. Okay, so hang on. We have to put the psychic on the monkey, the metal there, and then I have to get rid of metal psychic. Okay. I mean, I do have a second Munkidori, right? If I had time to think, I would be able to think about the correct order of operations here. I mean, they do 170, 130. I would take... Actually, I think I do have to go Iron Feathers. Thinking about... I think I have to do this. The reason... You're probably thinking, but Pilot, why would you do that? So... my thought process was, yeah, okay, so everything happened as I thought it would. My thought process is really dumb now because now we're going to lose. But what I was thinking is that if I don't attack with Empoleon and I retreat into Munkidori, they can bring up my Empoleon and very easily win the game. And of course, we're going to lose the game, but that's fine. Okay, so they're down a boss. They're only down 1 bosses, though. And I'm going to need an energy and the air balloon to retreat the Metagross because I went a little... Okay, we got the air balloon. Why didn't I leave an energy in the deck? Because I was second-guessing myself about what I should do, and I knew the PDCGL timer was going to get really mad at me. So if because I was thinking about Munkidori, and then as soon as I put the energy in, I'm like, no, wait, what if they bosses? Then they just kind of have the 1 shot on me and we lose. So if I had been able to, if I hadn't been an idiot, I would have won this game. Right? Because I'm just so worried about, you know, the PDCGL timer is going to start yelling at me if I take too long. You don't really get time to think, which would be great. So they just knock out the Genesect. I go get bosses, knock out the Genesect, and win the game. But, like, imagine having a stage 2 that attacks for 1 energy, right? Imagine that, and has a built-in bench barrier, as opposed to this guy who needs 3 energy to do 210 and doesn't have a cheap spreading attack. Okay, so I think this means they don't have the bosses. And I guess what I can do is lose. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever misplayed. I mean, it wasn't a misplay. It was I was between what I wanted to do. Right, I couldn't decide. I was like, oh, right. If they just have bosses, they can bring up the Empoleon and then, you know, Dust Noir it. So I was in between, and I blame PTCGL. And they're out of stadiums, which is nice. So the Metagross will be 3-shot. The Metagross will be 3-shot. Unless they get their Dusclops or something. Okay, so actually, no, even if they get Dusclops, they can't knock it out. And if they didn't have a bosses last turn, they don't have a bosses this turn. So I have essentially 2 turns to get a Super Rod. That is not useful. I mean, can I Poffin anyone out? Yeah, of course we can't do anything. Look at how many cards we got. There's 4 cards, 5 cards that could bail us out in the deck. And we see none of them. We see 0. So let's just hope, right? We're just gonna hope, and we're gonna be like, hey, this is gonna work. You know what's in your deck at this point. You either have it or you don't. Okay, there's a Dusclops. They still don't have the KO. They might have a counter catcher though. If they can activate a counter catcher, then we definitely lose. I think that's what they were planning on doing this entire time. So they're just gonna go counter catcher. There's an Arven. We win if they don't have counter catcher, and they have counter catcher. So if I had just committed to the idea of that, we would have won this game. So don't be pilot, right? I wouldn't call it a misplay. I just call it I was too in between. I was like the peanut butter between my toes. I was just in between. And I wasn't crunchy. I was smooth as silk. So that's the only difference. That's the only reason we lost. But I still don't think this card is good. And Lena, we all know it was you who wrote it. Don't try to be slick. Oh, Pilot's not going to think it's me if I bring it up. Pilot's going to think it was somebody else if I'm the one who brings it up. Yeah, sure, Lena. Sure, Lena. Yeah, we believe. Yeah, definitely. Nice try with your deviosity. Okay, so we're switching to Metang. I think it's 3 versions of Metang that I have, and it's a rematch. Because so many people are playing this game. All right, so I am playing the Revavroom build. And oh, it's still going on? You want to go first? No, it's still going on. Oh, it should have ended like 50 minutes ago, according to like the post. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, and then they concede. Okay, well, maybe we'll get a third game against them. So they got the jamming tower. My whole plan is to go TM Evolution turn 1, and they just hit me with the jamming tower. And Saito, you're welcome. Oh, I knew it. I knew it was going to be our 3rd game in a row. What's with the thumbs down? What's with the thumbs down here? That's not very nice. You don't want to face trust your pilot for a 3rd time in a row? All right, we're doing the same thing as last time, as long as I don't get a stupid jamming tower. And Fox then, yeah, I won the last one. What do you mean, did I win any games? I won the last game. And there's a Matang. Okay, so this is worse against Greninja. We got to put a stupid Shaman in this deck. Believe it or not, because PTCGL, there's so many people playing it. There's just so many thousands of people playing TCG live. This is the third game in a row I faced off against Mr. Darcy. I think we just go and get... Actually, let's see how many... The Empoleon is terastallizing. Okay. So we have a Prinplup. So let's go get a Beldum. We only need the one Revavroom anyway. And yeah, we go TM Evolution. Put that there. I want to... Actually, I mean, based on the start that they've had, it actually might not be the dumbest thing in the world to be like, oh, let's wait a turn and let's evolutionify my other guys, right? Let's evolve into the Empoleon. But by doing this, I can potentially take a knockout with Genesect EX, the better Empoleon. Like, this isn't that much... surprisingly, this isn't that much worse than Empoleon. Right? Empoleon does 210 and reduces the damage by 60. This guy does 150 and 30, but it's a basic. So it's not like it's that much worse, and this is actually really bad. This is a really bad card aside from the ability. And its ability is useless because it's got a damn Klefki in the active. But I can just take a knockout with my dude. The question is, do I use Baby Maker first? I think I use the Baby Maker first to try and thin the deck out, because I only need one energy when I'm trying to make some babies. So press 1 if I should use the Baby Maker right now. And this is so much better than Metagross. There we go, we got the 1. This is so much better than Metagross. Who in their right mind is like, yeah, let's play the Metagross build? That's smart. Yeah, we'll play the Metagross build of this thing. No, do not play Metagross. And another cool thing is that targeted dive in this list is actually really good, because I can snipe their Froakie if I really wanted to. I can't. But I'm going to knock out their Okie Dokie Froakie. We're going to... Oh, I can also do the thing. I can also Metallic Symbol, or Metallic Signal. And they just conceded like that. So... we lost that first game, and now we're actually 2-1 against our opponent, Mr. Darcy. Yeah, you think I lost that first game? I have redeemed myself. We're probably going to face them a 4th time, so YouTube audience, get ready for game number 4, probably against Mr. Darcy. We're gonna try and match up. We're on the wrong side of 1500 though. Aw, man. Yeah, I was gonna attack with that. 4th, yeah, unfortunately not a 4th game. All right, so this is Hupo, Uwu. And this is the trolley build. So as long as you don't prize trolley, you're fine. Probably logged off and went to play Pocket. Yeah, I think I'm almost at 3,000. I'm almost at 3,000 packed hourglasses in Pocket, just to show you where we're at there. I'm going to include this in the YouTube video no matter what, simply because I want to show you. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't face the dude a million games in a row. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 1. And I mean, you really only need one Revavroom in this matchup. And we prized, if there's a Fez in the deck, we prized it. We also prized 2 Empoleon. Oh, God. All right, but I'm gonna include this in the video simply because you're gonna face a ton of Golden Go, right? It's not like you're not gonna face Golden Go a million times with this deck. You're gonna face Golden Go all the time with this deck. So you need to see, is there any chance you win? The only way you win this matchup is if you put a Toedscruel in the deck. You have to put a 1/1 Toedscruel. Because you can't go fast enough, right? Even if they put their own Genesect down, we can't knock out the Genesect, which is absolutely pathetic. Like, our only chance in this matchup is if I can, you know, go first and then targeted dive their Gimme Duel all day. But we know for a fact that's not going to happen. Huh. Oh, okay. Okay, hello. Hello there. That's another Prinplup, so we're just going Prinplupping. Splip-splopping and Prinplupping? Okay, so I want to go... retreat into this guy. I'm going to Ultra Ball away the Arven and the TM Evolution. We go and get the Metang. Okay, I'm going to try, I think, to knock out the Scyther. Right? I think if I can knock out the Scyther, we're going to be in... Why did I get rid of the TM Evolution again? Oh my god! Okay, well, looks like we're using Pack. Looks like we're going for the old Packaroonie here. And watch, my hand's going to be a bunch of energy. All right, so we, yeah, we'll put that into play. Okay, well, that's a Pack for 20. Still not knocking out a Golden Go. I mean, the deck plays, like, it doesn't play a million Metal Energy, but you'd think you'd get at least one. And Gorgoroth? No, it's Meme Deck Monday, Fantastic Deck Friday. Oh no, Pocket has very bad monetization. Very, very bad monetization, and yeah, they're not worried about that Genesect because I can only do 210. Which is really bad. So, I still think I have to do, like, the Prinplup KO the Scyther. If they are unable to get the Scizor, because Scizor might end up being a huge problem for us, so I think I should knock out the Scyther. Yeah, we do Bad Deck Friday 4 times a week. There's nothing special about it. We do Bad Deck Friday every day. Okay, I mean, they're gonna have the energy. Yeah, you realistically need to have Toedscruel if you want to do anything. Vertrums, yeah, it's a good card in some way, just not most ways. That's all it is. It's a good card in some ways, just not the ones you want it to be. Okay, so we go Prinplup, knock out the Scyther. And then I essentially just need them to not have it, like, one turn. Right? That's all it is. And I have to, unfortunately... Super Rod the Prinplup and the 2 energy back in. Okay, Baby Maker. We got 2. Okay, so we're taking the knockout, and then, yeah, let's Metang again. Baby Maker one more time. And then, see, was that so difficult? Was it so difficult, my friend? Did you really need to think that long and hard? I got something long and hard for you, if you know what I mean. Alright, so, I mean, they're obviously just gonna do the thing. So, do I want to play with my balls? I think it's a little too early in the day to be playing with your balls. We have 5. Yeah, the deck doesn't play a ton of energy, so it's not like I was super surprised that we didn't get it. Okay, well, I have to go get the Pokegear just to be safe. We hold the Full Metal Lab. We go targeted dive on the Scyther. Knock that guy out. And maybe they can't, you know, maybe they put another 70 hit point dude in play. Probably not, but you never know. Oh, they did. Okay. So, as long as I can get another dude, if I can get another Prinplup and we just knock out the Gimme Duel, that might be okay. I mean, we're still completely screwed. There's Cypher Maniac, but, you know, we're saving our Iono. We're not going to have any huge liabilities. We do have a Mawile, so Mawile can huge bite for KO. Mawile can also gobble down on some toes for knockout. But I'm gonna have to, you know, play with my rod really hard. I'm gonna have to play with my rod super duper hard right now. There's a counter catcher, which I don't think matters because they're gonna have like, oh, they did get rid of an air balloon. Okay, Pokegear. We got the bosses, which is absolutely not what I wanted. Okay, so in the top 7 cards of our deck, there was 2 energy. But that doesn't matter right now, so I think I have to gobble down some toes. Which is hugely unfortunate. I gotta gobble down on some toes. Like, yes, I could use Revavroom, but what are the odds of that actually working? Alright, come on, Matang, just need 1. Hey, alright, so we have to go gobble down. Yeah, that'll go there. Retreat. And I'm going to... I think this is a boss's turn, right? We gobble down this guy. Or sorry, we huge bite. We can't gobble down. We can't gobble it down all the way as much as I want to gobble it down like a Pikachu in a Cramorant's gullet. Okay, we have a chance to win. It's a very low chance to win, but we do have a chance to win. I just have to Iono them really, really low and hope they don't get a Fezandipiti and another Golden Go. Okay, there's... oh, that's really bad. I'm glad we still have our stadium, though. So they have Levincia. It doesn't matter. They can have 100 energy in their hand this turn. It's next turn that they can't have the energy in their hand. No, we're gobbling down, baby. You don't gobble things up, you gobble them down. Right down to the giblets. Okay, so this is great. This is really good. They need to get rid of 6 energy. There's no Fez. I ain't seeing no Fez yet. Making it rain, baby. Okay, so 6 energy down. This is really good. I will, of course, put the full Metal Lab down. We'll use the Poffin. Because I need to thin the deck as much as humanly possible. And there's a Lillies. We do not need the Lillies. We need something else. Okay, how much energy we got in there? 3. And we have 2 Iono. We are in a tough spot here. Okay, so let's full Metal Lab first. Yeah, we just have to hope this is an Iono. Hey, it is. Okay. Oh, I know that full metal protects them, but I'm not doing anything against them. we're doing minimal stuff against them, so it's not like it's a big deal. Yeah, it's just going to be an Iono and Prey situation, I think. And watch this be like 3. Watch it be all 3 of my energy. Okay, well, we lose. That was fun. Okay, yeah, let's Metal Maker. And, I mean, we have to leave the Revavroom up there. Wowzers. All right. And then end turn. Why didn't I counter catch? Because I was an idiot. And I knew that we weren't going to get anything. And yeah, I could have counter catchered the Genesect and shut them off from getting 1 extra card, but come on. Come on, Lena. Be real here, Lena. We all know we all knew what was going to happen here, Lena. See, why didn't I do that, Lena? Let me think. Let me think, because it didn't matter now. Right? Because I needed to take a knockout that turn, or I needed to get set up that turn. This isn't going in the YouTube. This deck is trash. Like, yeah, I could have counter-catchered the Genesect, but then I can't even knock out the Genesect. And that just gives them an extra turn to draw more cards. This is such a bad deck. All right, that's not going in the YouTube video. I gotta... All right, Raph left her. Maybe she'll come back one day, Raph. Or maybe he'll come back? I don't know. Okay, you know what? We've gone... No, I think you still have to go second. I was like, we've gone second every single game. We should mix up the luck. How's the matchup against Great Tusk Mill? You can name any deck, and this deck is bad against it. How's the matchup against any deck? It's bad. Okay, what the hell is this? Oh, it's a matchup of bad decks. Okay, we got this. We absolutely got this. Now, the question is, what do I Vessel away for energy? Or do I even bother using Vessel? Because this version only plays 2 Metang. I feel like I can't get rid of Metang. I feel like I just can't get rid of anything, but we have the 2 we have the 2 mulligans, so we're fine. All right, so actually, no, we're going to lose this one because of the stupid Reshiram. We can't win this game because of Reshiram. Slyvella, yeah, can we face some Testicle Festival decks? But Gordra, thank you for gifting to Vertrums. It's nice to finally see Vertrum's balls. I've always wondered, what do Vertrum's balls look like? They're red and white. And blue all over. All right. My initial thought upon seeing Zoroark was, oh, hey, we have a decent matchup against Zoroark. Then I remembered about Powerful Rage. Then I remembered that we can't knock out a Zoroark, and they just kind of do the thing. So that's bad. Okay, I mean, this hand is fine. They are clearly not going to do anything next turn. So let's just call for support. I guess I go get a Lillies. Just go get the Lillies. Yeah, I can snipe Zorua all day long. So the Prinplup is goated. You know, if this required 2 energy, imagine how much better this deck would be if targeted dive was 2 energy. And, you know, I was thinking, what if you put a Relicanth in the deck and just used Empoleon to targeted dive? Well, that's stupid. That's why you don't do that. I mean, you could, but you just keep it a Prinplup. Hopefully Raph is here. Raph is off to a really bad start. I kind of regret not Ionoing them, but I simply assumed, oh, Raph is going to have it like that because they went first, so obviously they didn't play a supporter. I don't think Raph has it. This would have been a great fight because then I could have just sniped Zorua all day. Maybe they get 1 Zorua down, but Raph just got too scared. It's like, oh, let's trust your pilot. The person that was written about on Reddit and got all those posts on Reddit about how awesome he is. Yeah, that guy. Okay, so we go Revavroom, Prinplup. I go Air Balloon on you. We attach to you. And then let's Rumbling Engine. Maybe we get a Metang or something. We did not get a Metang or something. But if I do this, we can get a Metang or something. Not that I necessarily want it. All right, so let's just go TM Evolution, Precious Trolley. I want to get Beldum Piplup. So we have 2 Metang and a Prinplup. And this is pretty good. You know, they're going to do some really wacky things in a second. Yeah, we'll do that. They really don't have a good choice, though, right? It's like I can knock out a Prinplup. They can knock out my active Prinplup, but then they expose a Fezandipiti like it's toes. And Acework, you're the how high are you? Not hi, how are you? All right, I've never seen a Zoroark player triple attached to a Fezandipiti. Unfortunately, this will not be in the YouTube video because it's non-competitive. It would have been nice, but it ain't. All right, so we just go knock out the Fez. We don't want to use our Gust card, so we're going to have to knock out Resh. Ooh, there's a great top deck. Thank you. And let's go 1, 2, Prinplup. Actually, we'll put 3 energy because we need to get it. We need to get it real deep. Real hard, real deep. Okay, Metang. Give me 2 energy, baby. Give me 3 energy, baby. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a full Metal Lab. I don't think we do anything with the full Metal Lab, though, right? That seems stupid because they're going to have End's Castle. And your Empoleon version beats Ends? How does your Empoleon version beat Ends? Does it have Frostlass or something? Because even then, you still probably lose. Oh, yeah, they're not here. I should have just Iono'd them. Yeah, I think, you know, they'll still play it, right? Oh, it's a Sylveon deck. Well, yeah, lots of decks beat Zoroark. I mean, Rotom beats Zoroark. Tauros beats Zoroark. Everything beats Zoroark. Everything can beat Zoroark. It's the worst deck in history. Wait, what? They're still here? And wait, they only have one Zorua? That's the biggest plot twist I've ever seen. Okay. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Very interesting decision by our opponent to not do anything. So, yeah, I'm not going to give them a chance to win. I'm just going to do the thing. Well, no, they're playing too slow. It's not going to be a YouTube game. I just want to beat them off just for my own sick pleasure. And Sin 7, yeah, you got that Wondrous Patch, baby. But as long as I don't hit into a Zoroark and I just keep attacking Reshiram, we do win the game. And I think we're so far ahead that I just win the game anyway. Right? Like, if I just hit into a Zoroark and then hit into it again, we can win. Oh, never mind. They're giving me a Fez. It doesn't matter. So the order that I would do this, pop quiz. What is the order in which Trust Your Pilot should do this? It is actually not knocking out the Fezandipiti first. You might think it is, but actually knocking out the Reshiram first makes more sense. Why is that, you say? You ask? With your finger hovering over the sub button? Yeah, that's mean. Is because I want to get down to 2 prizes. Ugh. Why are you so annoying? I want to get down to 2 prizes so that way I can still use Counter Catcher if need be. 2 energy, baby. Hey, we just got there. All right, so 1, 2. I don't actually care. I mean, yeah, we're going to knock out the Reshiram. And yeah, I think I should play with my Rod just as a safety precaution. Get those 2 in there. And then Full Metal Lab. Iron Feathers. Alrighty, yeah, we got that busted Revavroom. Why is this an uncompetitive? We would have won this game. Like, even if they had a competitive hand, we still would have won this game, but it's just not a YouTube-worthy game. Like, if you face Zoroark and they only ever have one Zorua, that's just not, like, a thing you can do. Oh, wrong thing. You're about to get a jump scare, I think. So yeah, of course, the day after I play the Rotom deck, they announce a Psychic Rotom with a Precious Trolley attack. Like, this is literally the best Rotom in the entire game, and they announce it the day after Trust Your Pilot plays a Rotom deck? I smell a conspiracy. Wait, I thought they Iono'd me. I saw Iono flash on the screen. They did not Iono me. So, yeah, I'll have my preview video for Ascended Heroes on Sunday, and the set's still just over 2 months away. Why Psychic? Why not Psychic, right? Why not Psychic? Yeah, I guess, like, this might end up being like a 4 of. Oh my god! Do something interesting! Right? Like, this could end up being a 4 of just because you want to have Rotocall. Alright, let's thin out the deck. Let's go and get... Do we have any... I mean, we have an evolution. Well, let's put the Mega Mawile into play just for funsies. And is there anything else I can thin out? Not really. Alright, well, we absolutely decimated them. Unfortunately, the YouTube audience will only see this if they're subscribed to the VODs channel. Alright, so we are at the 112 mark. I really don't have a good game other than that misplay game where I mean, again, I don't think I misplayed. I chose the wrong path would be probably the correct thing. We're hovering around the 1500 mark, but I think I chose the wrong path with that game that we lost. All right, Mr. Guy. That's a better way of pointing. That's a nicer way of putting it. Yeah, easy melon. Yeah, you just make it a 4 of, and then you basically guarantee that you have a full bench after turn 1. All right, this is a great start. Awesome start. Some would say this is the best start they've ever seen. Press 1 if this is the best start you've ever seen. Press 2 if you're going to sub with Prime if you're not already subbed. If I can survive next turn, we have a chance, but we're about to lose this game. Oh, God. Oh, my God, it's Golden Go again. I think I have to start putting Toedscruel in this deck, because all we're facing is Golden Go at this point. But they gave me a Fartazon, so we can actually win.
Trusty 34 skill issue, Trusty 34 skill issue, Trusty 34.
And Easy Melon, thank you for the sub. I'm glad I masterfully baited you. Keep in mind, they went first, and this is the turn they're having. Oh, baby. We got the Lillies off the top. Lillies off the top rope, baby. Okay, so we want Fartazon for... It has to be a Beldum, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. The Lillies is going to determine whether or not we can actually win the game. So we attach to you, and then we go Lillies. We need another Beldum and another Piplup. Oh, that'll work. So we want Piplup, Varoom, and then we go for Beldum. And I think I may as well just call for support. Right? Like, what's the reason not to? We get to thin the deck a little bit. So if I'm going for a card... No, I mean, there's no way, right? There's no way we can get the thing, so I may as well just get the Iono. Yeah, that wasn't a great turn 1. Like, again, I can snipe the Gimme Ghoul. We have learned that this matchup isn't winnable. Especially when they get Genesect, because if we could do 220 maybe... And DC fan, yeah, the good old days of being not in Master League. You know, if you're too good at Pokemon cards, you get punished. Because then you go to Master League, and then you just face the same 3 decks over and over. At least on the climb to Master League, it's pretty fun. Because, you know, you might face someone who just started today. You might be facing someone who's just getting testy with their balls. So, Sin 7, then shouldn't you be subscribed here if that Reddit post is to be believed? But, like, you compare Golden Go to Empoleon, there is no comparison. It's just Golden Go draws you cards, one-shots everything, and we got the Azul raid, uh-oh. If you haven't redeemed all the codes, everyone, from Azul's stream, make sure you redeem all those codes. But thanks for the raid, Azul. I assume that means that LAIC is over. And we're about to get bodied by a Golden Go deck because we're playing Empoleon, and Empoleon is trash. But if you need an introduction to, you know, who is this guy that is Azul rated? Who's this really handsome guy that is Azul rated? Well, this Reddit post will help you out. And trust me, you're not missing anything on the screen. Day 1 just ended. That was my assumption there. All right, so let's go. I'm going to Super Rod. So yeah, just don't worry. Be happy. Nothing's happening in the background. I will get rid of the thing once something happens. It'll be okay. You're safe and warm here. My Piplup did just terrastalize. And She Be Real, thank you for the money. All right, I'm going to try to get the Piplup powered up. Well, that's not going well. All right, so hopefully y'all had enough time because we're about to Lillies. We need to Lillies into something good. A Prinplup doesn't really help. None of this really helps. So I guess we go that there. TM Evolution on the active. Earthen Vessel away the Arven. Get nothing. And then we Revavroom for a bunch of cards. Hope for not that. And then we hope for none of that. All right, so let's go Evolution. This guy and this guy. Obviously, they're going to have a boss's orders, which is really bad for us. But we'll be totally fine. Yeah, I won't spend those $5 in one place. I could almost buy one PDC GL code. But did you know that if you just copy and paste that LAIC 26 Phantasmal Flames, if you copy and paste that code into PDC GL, you'll get 4 free packs? And Steven the Red, you do not tell lies. You tell 0 lies. So, I mean, typically after 5 minutes, like 95% of people from a raid leave. So in 5 minutes, the viewership's going to drop. Right? Azul rated me with 520 viewers. We're going to be back under 100 before you know it. It's going to be great. And yeah, the boss is on the Prinplup. Surprises no one. Yeah. I can't really risk putting... Oh, God, I can't risk putting the Genesect down. And Waltz Master, I know what's going on. I know where you are. I know who you are. I got a camera underneath your desk, pointed directly at your feet. Okay, so let's go play with our balls. Oh, we don't even have the Genesect. That would make too much sense, wouldn't it? Okay, I'd really like an energy, Matang. Sea Pony, thank you for the Prime sub. I'm surprised you didn't give it to Azul, but I still appreciate it. Okay, Iono, I believe in you. I mean, I really, really don't, because we need Rare Candy and Empoleon, and even then, we still don't have anything. Oh, yeah, okay, that's great. Great start. We're having so much fun. And there's no reason to discard the energy, because we don't have a Chansey here. Okay, so we go Targeted Dive. I have to hit a bench Pokemon, which is pathetic. And believe it or not, because of my own Full Metal Lab, we get kind of screwed here. But yeah, we just do 40 to that guy. I don't know why either. Don't worry, we're going to lose this one anyway. So I think I have to put a Toedscruel in the deck. I think I cut a 1-1 Revavroom and put in a 1-1 Toedscruel. Right? That pretty much has to be the only thing. And Lena, yeah, you'll maintain the 5%. And DC fan, that is a new level of laziness, and I fully respect that. Okay, and remember that I Iono'd them very low, and they're still going to get out of this. Okay, so... And Sea Pony, well, Sea Pony's leaking the tricks here. And Since Heaven, Trust me when I say there is not. I mean, our Chalodon might be it, but why would you put Empoleon in our Chalodon when our Chalodon's just better? Right? Matang is the best one. Okay, I can't have all my freaking energy. So we have to go Iono them low again. We have to hope they just don't have any energy. We got the Rare Candy Empoleon. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. We have Rare Candy Empoleon. I believe I have to go Air Balloon. And because we just sent a ton of energy on the bottom. There's no reason to use Baby Maker because we're not going to get any energy. We would have gotten an energy. All right, so I have to go play with my balls, get rid of that, and I think the Arven. Go get the Mawile. And now we need 2 energy. That's it, just 2. 1 each Metang. My plan is flawless. My bro is impeccable. Hey, see? Heart of the cards, baby. Heart of the freaking cards. And they're still gonna one-shot me. And yes, I know I should have put the 70 targeted dive damage on the Genesect. But if we're in a position where I have to knock out the Genesect for game, we're going to be able to... Well, yeah, I guess it would have been 2-shot a Golden Go, knock out a Genesect, and then Mega Mawile for the win. And never going to let me down. Obviously. And yeah, because I keep forgetting that Mega Mawile is the worst card ever printed, and if they have a single damage counter on them, you don't do 260. But Full Metal Lab also stops me from doing anything. So it's like, this is a doubly bad matchup. I think, never gonna let me down. I think your powers of perception are impeccable. And Gordra, thank you for gifting a sub to someone who could literally get a free sub. Like, they got a gift card from Subway at work after being there for 15 years of backbreaking labor. They got a free 6-inch sub gift card to Subway with the purchase of a drink and a bag of chips. So thank you. But he was lazy. Exactly. You got to reward laziness. So I do have 310 hit points. And Super Chris, thank you. It's always nice for people to say nice things because my long-term viewers, they know that they can talk bad about me. The new viewers, they're always nice. You know, they always sub with Prime. They always show up and say, oh man, I'm such a huge fan. It's the old viewers who've been here for years. They're the ones who were just like, oh, Pilot, what an oopsie. How bad are you at this game, Pilot? You know, that's a skill issue. As a reminder, I know them to 3. Super, yeah, drops are on, but if you've already claimed one from the category, then you can't do it again. Oh, somebody used the drops command recently. It's on cooldown because people like to spam it. But let me post it for you. For you, I will post it again. All right, do they just have it? We have 410, so that's 9 energy. Oh, they got it. Okay, so they did it. They did it. Even with the maximum amount of damage reduction, it didn't matter. Isn't that cool? Okay, how much energy is in there? We have 9 energy in the discard pile, so I have to use Revavroom. And then we have to gobble down some toes after an Iono. And doesn't seem like we're about to do that. Well, we needed a Super Rod. We didn't get that. This deck is absolute garbage. Okay, so I'm going to swap 1-1 Revavroom for 1-1 Toad Scroll. We're going to play that for 1 game, and then I'm going to switch to the other builds. Because Empoleon is absolute garbage. Okay, so we cut Varoom, cut that guy. We go Toad's cool. Toad's taking you to Toad's school. And yeah, we can't use Arven's Toad's cool. Is there... I guess we just take the This one? Sure. Slime Mold Colony. And Texas Wargamer, yeah, that'll be one of the lists I play is the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon one. We needed card draw. Hey, Russell Gleason, looks like they're playing Golden Go. But if you want to know my honest thoughts about this deck, is don't play it. Doesn't matter, just don't play it. If you want to play Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, just play it in a Terra Box deck. Or like, there's better Matang decks to play, right? There's at least 10 better metal decks you can play with Matang. Sly Valley, you can check out my starter guide for details on how to get free codes for PTCGL, even though it's from 2024, it still works. But yeah, you just basically got to link your account. You got to do 20 million different steps. And then you'll be, if you're lucky, the Pokemon Company will grace you with one collector crate. And Texas Wargamer, if you like fun, you should not play this. But I understand where you're coming from. Please be Golden Go. It's not Golden Go. Is this a mirror match? I got the thumbs up ready. Oh, it's Steven's Metagross. I don't know if this is a mirror match. Whatever. It's Metal Boys. No Iron Defender in the deck, unfortunately. There's just no space. Like, I don't do well as is. This game will be in the YouTube video no matter what, so YouTube audience, get ready. We got double TM Evolution. We have everything we need to win. We're still going to lose, but I don't think this is a mirror match. I'm pretty sure this is just my opponent had a mental breakdown and decided to play Steven's Metagross. All right, so literally everyone is here. The question is, what do I do? I think it should be TM Evolution, because they have to use Huge Bite, so they do need to get the thing going. All right, so it's TM Evolution for, I think just Piplup. I think we go Prinplup Metang, right? Because we don't currently have an energy. I could have gone for the Earthen Vessel like next turn and gone and did something good, but we're not gonna get it. You know, you can't believe in the heart of the cards that much. We can obviously go for like a targeted dive if I really need to, if they leave one naked Beldum. And Texas Wargamer, that was me. You saw me using Metagross. What we learned, you know, again, I would have won that first game. I know I'm harping on that first game. I just chose the wrong path. That's all it is. It's like when someone decides to get a finger fetish instead of a foot appreciation, they just chose the wrong path. I apologize. But now you know that you have learned what not to do. I have taught you a valuable lesson. I have taught you what not to do. Oh, crap. Okay, well, the good news is that they don't even have a Beldum on the bench anymore, so I couldn't have sniped it anyway. And they got the Binkster. But it's like what they say, the internet theory, whatever it is the fastest way to get the correct answer is not to ask the question, is to give the wrong answer to the question. Right? So it's like if I said that Trust Your Pilot is the #1 most handsomest and bestest PTCGL player of this year, you'd be like, no, Azul's better. And I'd be like, no, I am. And then it's like, that's the answer. All right, so here we go. Arven for Pokegear and nothing else. I guess I go. I mean, there's not even anything good to get. I guess it has to be the Pokegear, because I have the second TM Evolution. My deck just terastallized again. Okay, they can't one-shot an Empoleon, so let's go TM Evolution for Yeah, that guy and that. Actually, no, I'm just going to go for Empoleon Metang because I want to try to attack next turn with the Empoleon, even though we know I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, this is the battle of the bad decks. Obviously, it's Insanity that keeps me going. And Vertrums, one of the reasons why I'm staying away from the Archaludon build is simply because who wants to play Archaludon, or so who wants to play Empoleon over Archaludon? Archaludon is a stage 1, it powers itself up, it does more damage, and it removes its fire weakness. Like, this isn't even on the same tier list as Archaludon. Archaludon is just a million times better. I can't in good conscience pair this with Archaludon, because I just attacked with Archaludon every single time. So just and don't forget that Archaludon can copy the Duraludon underneath and do 300-something damage if necessary, if the situation arises. Arise, my young Skywalker. All right. Oh my god, we're going to have to 3-shot a Metagross? That is gross. Yeah, and it's a stage 1 instead of stage 2. And the Duraludon has 130 hit points. And Texas Wargamer, I mentioned that it's like you watch my videos. I mentioned that in the original announcement that I don't understand why a Pokemon that's officially a water metal type and is not weak to fire is weak to fire. Are you kidding me right now? What deck are you playing? Who are you and what have you done with Steven's Metagross? They just had everything. Okay, so we do survive a hit, but again, they're doing all the things too. Archaludon has a weakness, but its attack removes its weakness. Oh, God. We got to go Metang first and see what happens. Please. I've never believed more in someone than I've ever believed in you, Metang. I just need 1 energy. You gave me 2. You're even better than I thought. Okay, Pokegear for Professor Turo. Hang on. That's interesting for next turn. So if I bring up this guy, they're going to have to commit energy. They might be out of energy. So if I bring up this guy, I guess that's what I have to do, is I have to bring up the Genesect. And just Iron Feathers. Because no matter what happens, they cannot knock out my Empoleon next turn. That is 100% for serious. DC found... Oh, no, that's because it's Terrazard, right? So with the whole Terra mechanic, they were just like, hey, we can make any Pokemon any type. So they decided to make Charizard a Dark type. But just, there's so many things wrong with Empoleon. I wish this card was better, but I've been facing Golden Go all day, and when you can't one-shot a Genesect, you just feel super bad. And I'm not talking about the good movie with Michael Cera and Jonah Hill. It's just, you can't one-shot a Genesect. Doesn't matter if you have Full Metal Lab in play or not. 210 is an okay number against Latias and Fezandipiti and Mew and stuff, but that's it. They literally top decked the Switch. Because remember, their hand, they went and... This is... Oh, they don't realize they can do they do 0 damage. Oh, that's a misplay. Yeah, see, this is how bad Mega Mawile is. Yeah, huge bite. Oh yeah, 260, great. Except it also does 30. 260 is a great number. Yeah, except for the fact that it, does 30. Okay, I have to knock out the Genesect. They got to be out of energy at this point, right? There's no way you're playing more. You're playing more than 9? And you didn't prize any? Oh my god, they're playing like 12 energy in that deck. Okay. If I had a playable hand, I would Turo. Ooh, that's amazing. Okay. This is actually really bad, actually. So let's go Metang. Oh, that didn't work. Let's go Metang again. That's cool. Like, I really don't have any good situation here, right? Because if I can't Turo and do anything. The Full Metal Lab, like, if I bosses and knock out the Genesect, we just kind of lose. So I think I need to Lillies while I can still get 8 cards. Because I absolutely need that Prinplup. I mean, they're going to be playing Super Rod. They're not playing Night Stretcher. That's definitely a Super Rod deck over there. All right, we want to go and get the Empoleon. The fact that I'm going to have to 3-shot a Metagross is disturbing. Because, like, even if I... 210 is 360. Yeah, so the Carbank, I can't really knock out the Carbank because they'll just rod it back in and probably get it back really easily. Ah, Fern Deer, that's a good one. Amazing how that Empoleon is still alive. There's a Fez. Ooh, we can knock out a Fez. I can knock out that Fez easily. Yes, keep feeding me weak 2-prizers. Thank you. It's unfortunate that I did have to waste a bosses already, but you know, we'll recover. We'll be like Lance's Dragonite or Dragonair and use recover. Goliath, it is not. Our Chaladon is 69 times better than Empoleon. Empoleon is one of the worst EXs. It is like, I mean, it's the best EX in Phantasmal Flames, non-Mega EX, but that's because its competition is Mismagius and Rotom. Why is it the best? Well, because its competition is Mismagius and Rotom. All right, let's see if we can get some energy out of the deck. I will attach 1 to a Piplup, because I kind of want to masterfully bait them here. Okay, so if I do 150... No, I can't take the risk. I have to knock out the Fez. I simply cannot take the risk here. Because remember, Mega Mawile does damage based on how many prize cards you have taken. So it's the opposite of Charizard. I'm the one who needs to take the prizes. So that's and Texas Warhammer. No, it's just bad. It's just a bad card. They are still not doing a lot. Like Gobble Down is doing what? 70 damage and Huge Bite is doing 170. But as soon as they hit into me with that, then we're fine. Like, we're in an okay position. I need to be able to Turo the Empoleon once they do the thing. But that's highly unlikely because I'm going to have to go Iono next turn. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's a bad top deck. Do I put the Genesect down? I think the answer is no. Because that's, what if they hit me with, like, yeah, if they hit me with the Mawile, if they just go bosses on the Genesect, that's just easy prizes, so we can't take that risk. That's really good. Okay, so Revavroom down. And I'm going to have to get you powered up here. Okay. Yeah, let's go Iron. No, because I want to see more cards. Because I know that we have good cards on the bottom. See, I would have... All these cards are kind of useless, except for maybe the Super Rod, but I can Arven for the Super Rod. So I think that was the smart play. The issue here, of course, is that I only have 1 more Gust card, and that's the Counter Catcher. Because somehow they have drawn absolutely perfectly this entire game. Like, every card, they had 2 Metagross turn 2, I think, or turn 3. They had doubles. Whoa! A what? Russell Gleason, you have been punished. Tell me your pain. Russell, tell me your pain. How many times, you know, has this ever happened to you? Has PDCGL ever prized your Fezandipiti way too many times? And has said, you know what, I'm putting 2 Fez in the deck. All right, thank you for the Iono, because now we are much closer to Turo and everything. Wow, that was yeah. That was bad. Okay. Yep. I guess I vessel away the Toad's cool. And Texas War, you got beaten off to the punch by kilometers. There has to be a Turo in that deck. There's no shot they don't have a Turo in that deck. And that's why they're sending up the damaged Metagross. Okay. Everything is fine. Ooh, there's a Lillie's. Okay, Lillie's is great. I'm just gonna Toad's cool. Get rid of the... I mean... The Full Metal Lab seems to be doing more harm than good. So let's get rid of the Full Metal Lab, and if they do try to bump it, that seems okay. All right, we have Counter Catcher, we got Rare Candy, we have a Super Rod. Have I already used the Super Rod, or did we prize the other one? We prized the other one, that's okay. I want to put that there. Ooh, okay, so we got it. We can go... Oh, I think maybe I wait. No, I can't. So I have to go Ultra Ball away this guy and... Oh, God. Yeah, I guess it has to be that. Then I have to retreat. And we have to go attack with the Empoleon. That guy goes there. I'm going to retreat. Go up with you. And next turn, I'm going to Turo. That is the plan. I will Turo next turn. Obviously, if they bosses my Empoleon that's damaged and knock it out, I will go Arven for Counter Catcher. And I have to knock out the Mawile, I think. Actually, how much damage is this doing? Okay, so if they take 4 prizes, that's 320 with Full Metal. Okay, so the Mega Mawile is not a problem. But can I out heal them? And how have they had everything this game? This is insane. Okay, I'm down 1 thing. They're gonna attack with the fresh one. That's fine. I know there's a way that I can win this, but it relies on them not having switch when they need it, not having bosses when they need it. They haven't played a Super Rod. Hey, we can make a comeback. We can make the biggest comeback in history here. Okay, why do you keep giving me Full Metal Lab? I do not need that. All right, so it has to be Super Rod. And then I have to go... Oh, geez. Honestly, I think I have to abandon the Empoleon at this point. I think it's just abandoning the Empoleon and hoping we get a good top deck here. Because they're doing 200. I can maybe knock away. So if I knock away, but this Empoleon evolved through Rare Candy, and I think we're out of Rare Candy. So we prized a Super Rod and a Rare Candy. Ah, man. Maybe I should have grabbed the Nest Ball, but that's not good. All right, so how much damage is the Mawile doing? It's doing 320 minus 90. I have to get the Counter Catcher. But even if I get the Counter Catcher, they can still Fez, probably Super Rod, and do the thing with the Mawile. I don't know if we can do it. This just seems unwinnable. Right? If they didn't have the car bank, then we're two-shotting the Metagross, and that changes everything. And also, if I could have bumped the Full Metal Lab, but of course, I'm playing Full Metal Lab as well. Oh my god, what? How many? They got 2 Fez and 3 Switch? And a Maximum Belt? We got absolutely cooked. This loss deserves to be in the YouTube video. This was one for the ages, I gotta say. I'm gonna switch to the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon build. I have another couple builds of this deck. But don't play Empoleon. Let my pain guide you. If this wasn't painful enough, just let that be your guide. There's a Metal Energy. Okay, actually, hang on. What if we got that? Okay, okay. So I go Nest Ball for Mega Mawile. And let's see, can we get anything? We can get that. If I get another energy, but their Mega Maw... Oh, the game froze. Okay, but wait, what? I can't... What? Wait. Well, there we go. Okay. The game just broke for a second. It's fine. It happens all the time. God, it's like they came prepared to beat off this specific deck. Okay, the game keeps freezing. That's not good. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Right? I can retreat and go into Revavroom. Okay, hang on a second. Trust your pilot's thinking, and that's dangerous. Okay, so I'm going to... Chill, bro. Chill. Well, you're seeing Empoleon in all its glory. You're seeing PDCGL in all its whole glory. This is the whole glory of PDCGL here. Yeah, there's just too much going on. PDCGL can't handle this. Okay. Okay. If I'd attached that energy, we would have potentially won the game, but PDCGL freezing changes everything. All right, actually, what if I go retreat into Revavroom and then end turn? Just, I got thrown off by PDCGL breaking. So what I should have done is I should have attached the Metal Energy to the Mawile, known that I was going to get the counter catcher because that was, you know, just how it was going to work. Knocked out the Mega Mawile. That would have put me down to 1 prize. So I keep making mistakes, but I'm blaming PDCGL on this one. If PDCGL actually worked, that wouldn't have happened. If PDCGL was actually a well-made game, I would not have messed that one up. So, actually, yeah, 160. No! What? How? How have they had everything? This is insane. This is not possible. This is simply the most insane loss I've ever experienced. All right, so we're doing a hundo. We're going to be 10 damage short of a KO on a Mega Mawile, which is absolutely hilarious. That's insane. No, I have never faced... That is crazy. Like, yeah, I know I should have knocked out the Mawile the previous turn. I should have attached the energy, but PDCGL freezing and everything, that... Oh, man. Yeah, maybe Russell is what the Reddit post was all about. Yeah, they're going to gobble down some toes. And yeah, we just got our butts blown out. Press 1 if you just watched yeah, see, press 1 if you just watched someone get their butt blown out, because that was bad. That was a long game. Again, we had a chance to maybe win it, but I mean, if I had knocked out the Mawile, we would not have gotten to see that Bravery Charm and just 3 switches, 2 Fez, Bravery Charm, and a Stevens. Russell Gleason, you are the GOAT. Yeah. Yeah, PDCGO was a million times better in every single aspect. That is for sure. This deck is worse than Steven's Metagross, which is saying a lot. All right, let's play this one. Yeah, we got this guy. Okay. Hey, they won against the #1 PDCGO player 2022. All right, so we're at 152. We're playing the Ogerpon build. So I would imagine the Ogerpon build is the best, but it's like, it's the best because it doesn't rely on Empoleon. And Gorgoroth, thank you for another gifted sub, this time to Acework. You're a real piece of work, Ace. Am I going first or second? They decided to go first. Well, as long as they, Baby Genesect? No, you don't care about shutting off their Ace spec. Oh my god. Oh, this is crazy work. Okay, oh, it is Typhlosion. Okay, we actually have a chance against Typhlosion. You do not understand the panic that washed over me when they flipped over that Charcadet, but then they put down the Cyndaquil. That was much better. Okay, so we actually don't have an energy, which is fine because guess what we prized? We prized the TM evolution, so I have to go for Pokegear and Hero's Cape. We got to go get another Metang. Or another Beldum, sorry. And yeah, we got 2 Metang. Like, this is the best version of the deck because it doesn't rely on Empoleon. Why is this the best version of the deck? Because it doesn't rely on Empoleon. Okay, so let's go and get a Metang and Empoleon. We can do the thing next turn. I mean, do I hear... There's nothing they can do, right? Let's say they're playing Typhlo... Acework, thank you for the 5 gifted. Is that a free money glitch? Is where I can just get you to gift 1 sub to Acework, and then Acework pays it forward and gifts 5? So we do win the game if they don't find a Shaman, and I also have to find my 1 water, or one of my 2 water energy. Or my Earthen Vessel. And Texas War, that'll be Monday. So Cerulege will be Monday. I think Bronzong will be Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to end up being the new Cerulege, because Ethan's Adventure gets the energy, but I'm not sure what it does here. I'm not quite sure that they go together like peanut butter and toes. But Acework, thank you for gifting Kulas. Default of Rivia. Makes me want to play The Witcher again. Please don't protect. Good. Zooloku, Easy Lifts, and the meta now. Okay, that's like the one thing we didn't care about. I mean, I can always sob, but that's not great. Okay, so we get these guys out of the deck. Thin as much as possible. I have to accelerate the energy first, and it's going to be very important to look at what we didn't get. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We just sent a bunch of supporters to the bottom. A Crispin would have done it for us, so if I'd Pokegeared first, if I'd actually done the wrong thing, we would have been fine. Okay, so that goes there, and then we attach 1 there. Okay, Pokegear, do not fail me. Ooh, we got Arven and Crispin. Okay, so I think it's Arven, because I know we have the Vessel, and I can get rid of the Empoleon, I think. So let's go Earthen Vessel, Air Balloon. Now, here's a question. Do I put the Hero's Cape on the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon? I think the answer is no, right? All right, so that and that. Actually, let's get... Yeah, we need double water. There's no Mega Mawile. If there is a Mega Mawile on this list, it's in the prizes, which is where it belongs. Okay, so we go Rare Candy. Let's Torrential pump it up. Let's knock out the Quilava with the energy on it. Yes, I would. But yeah, just, again, how is our Chaladon better? Our Chaladon removes its weakness with its attack, whereas Empoleon just always has its weakness. There's a Boses, that's great. So, again, I know, Trust Your Pilot's complaining again. I know. But you look at this, the best version of Empoleon that I've played today is the one that doesn't focus on Empoleon. And, you know, you'd rather just have like a basic box. If you're playing Metang, you'd rather have like Mega Mawile or like even Terapagos, right? You can play Area 0 Terapagos with your Metang. Or you can, you know, just put anybody in the deck. It doesn't really matter. Empoleon is not it. If I did anything today, it's lotion my feet because, you know, they always need it. And I should have put the Hero's Cape on the Ogerpon. Because how much are they doing? They're doing... Oh, no, they're short. They're still short, right? Yeah, they're still short. Easy. Easy dubs. We just won the game. See? So if I taught you anything today, it's that this deck is trash, and no one in their right mind should play it. So let's just go... I guess I just go and get the other Wellspring Mask. Thin the deck again. Get that out of there, because we need to get 2 energy, because I have to attach the water, because again, that's how this works. Uh-oh. I have to make a decision here. I think we attacked with the Empoleon, right? Because we have the guaranteed attack, and this could be 2 energy. That's fine. All right, let's see. Can Empoleon survive next turn? I'm going to give it all the advantages in the world, like a spoiled child. I'm going to give it all the advantages in the world, and it's still probably going to suck a butt. All right, so there we go. Technically, this is an Empoleon deck. I was able to attack with Empoleon. So, I mean, the best cards in this deck go Metang number 1, Ogerpon number 2, Genesect number 3, and then Empoleon number 4. The focus of your deck should not be the fourth best card in your deck or the 4th best Pokemon. It should be number 1, right? That's like saying that Ethan's Ho-Oh is the MVP of a Macargo deck. No, Macargo should be the MVP of a Macargo deck, or Typhlosion should be the MVP of a Typhlosion deck. Okay. How much damage are we taking? So with heroes, with Full Metal Lab and 60, that's 90 less. Do we survive? We barely survive. Exactly, J Mills. I mean, Munkidori might be. So I'm going to have to bosses the Quilava and then just kind of hope here. So we go bosses the Quilava. Attach to you. Iron Feathers. Yeah, I mean, I did see the results in Japan. Like, you don't see Tauros in Japan, but I did see Empoleon with Metagross do some things. Empoleon is just a backup attacker. Well, Ogerpon... I was trying to say, or Ogerpon. Ogerpon is just there as, you know, your turn 2 attacker, right? Sob can maybe trap a Badoo for a turn, and then what you do is you buy yourself that turn, and then you snipe a couple weak dudes, but yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. All right, let's go get a Piplup. And hey, I don't even need to do the thing. Okay, so let's go retreat. And then we don't shuffle in. Remember, you can choose not to shuffle in, which is always great. Because there's no one on the bench to hit. All right, so that was an easy one. We got the Air Balloon. We also have 2 Metang if they try to trap somebody. And also, Metang can take the knockout if they try to trap a Metang. Genesect can take the knockout if they try to trap a Genesect. So the only reason we won this game is because of Ogerpon. I guess that's the best list. Yeah, that's what I've been saying, is what's the point of what's the point of Empoleon when Ogerpon can just do all this on its own? And you can play better backup attackers that are basics. Like, you can put a Mew EX in this deck, and that can attack, thanks to Matang. You can put, Fezandipiti can attack in this deck and have a 100 damage snipe attack. And there's probably a ton of other basics that I'm just forgetting because I'm so enraged at the Penguin, because we didn't Penguin many games today. Yeah, there's only 3 EXs in the set, right? It is Rotom, which is bad, aside from its ability helping, like one thing. So the only Oricorio. Oricorio again. If you look at just, like, the Pokemon as a focus of a deck and an attacker, Empoleon is the best. But, I mean, its competition is Oricorio, who's only there as a helper for Charizard. Rotom, who's only there as a helper for Rotom. Mismagius, who is terrible. And that's it. And then you have Empoleon. So there's only 4 regular EXs, the rest are Megas. So never play Empoleon. You won't Penguin a single game, despite the pun. Don't have access to Genesect? If you're playing IRL and they allow proxies, you can just, print a proxy. All right, well, let's run it back. Fate PT at 202. Penguin is a goat? No, the Penguin is not a goat. Tor's gonna run. No, I don't think there's any redeeming factor, because the thing with Absol is that we always knew, at least with Absol, it can one-shot things, and it does have the hand discard attack. There's no redeeming qualities for Empoleon, right? Ceruledge is an auto loss. Golden Go is an auto loss. Raging Bolt is pretty much an auto loss, unless you get all your dust cards at the right time. Okay. Twinsies. Yeah, I think it was too much to hope that this was a mirror match. I think I was hoping against hope that this was going to be a mirror match or something, but we all knew that ain't happening. Okay, so I guess what I have to do is bosses the fan Rotom and just sob it for a couple turns. Or no, I sob their Ogerpon. But that seems bad. Okay, this changes some things, but also not really. If I go get... I mean, what if we topped... Oh, we have a rare candy. If we can just survive a turn, we maybe have a chance to win, but probably not. All right, I guess I just have to bosses the fan Rotom, sob it a couple times and hope. Okay, so I can go Genesect for Matang and Empoleon. If the Matang gets us 3 energy, then I can maybe make something happen. We can shake and bake. But because we have such a bad hand, this was my only option. Because if I sob the Ogerpon, they might be able to just go Noctowl for bosses and, Sparkling Crystal, and then they just have an energy, and then we lose. So at least in this situation, they might go for Area 0 Crispin or something. Because I don't think they're feeling... Oh, they have the Prime Catcher. Okay. Well, let me guess. They have a rare candy in their hand. And they're going to go get Pidgeot. And then they're going to go Crispin. Yep. Oh, they're going to go rare candy, Pidgeot, Crispin, Prime Catcher, the Piplup. Double KO my little boys. And then we hard lose. That's PTCGL in a nutshell right there. Yeah, the difference is that Torrid is playing it, and also it's a meta call, right? Remember, in tournaments, especially IRL tournaments, the meta narrows. You can kind of guess based on sales on TCG Player what people are going to play. You just be like, oh, these cards selling more, or you can check on the, you can just look on Twitter what people are talking about, what you're facing in the 17 or 1800s of Master League. Oh, that is so mean. And they just got a turn 2 Pidgeot without even having to look for it. They just got the turn 2 Pidgeot just like that. Okay, okay. I have to put the Genesect down just to thin a couple cards out. And let's go Lilies, baby. That's not Lilies. I guess I go Crispin? I don't know. We need to do something. Something needs to happen here. What is this, a Jack Nicholson movie? Something's got to give at some point. God, sure. Let's go to Hooters. Gorgoroth is buying. If we're going to Hooters, Gorgoroth's buying. Okay. I mean, if they can't do the thing, we might be okay. Oh, there's another. They're going to Hooters again. They might have a problem. Okay, come on. We got this. We're going to top deck Lilies. We're going to Lilies into the greatest cards you've ever seen. It's going to be beautiful. I got a full bench. I don't need it. Kind of sus that they did that, but I think that means they're going to like Iono me or something. We apparently still have 184 viewers. If you're still an active viewer, press 1. If you're lurking in the background, press 2. Ooh, we did get Iono. Okay, good. We actually have a chance to play the game now. And there's all my dudes. Okay, so I believe I have to... Well, no, because And Fanio sauce? I wouldn't mind if you dripped your sauce all over my Fanny. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that and that. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't go for the TM evolutions. We don't have an energy. And I needed to sob, but we don't have an energy. Okay, let's go Beldum, Piplup. Let me guess. They're going to just have it like that. They're definitely going to have it like that. And I'm going to go for Metang and Empoleon. And I can't really put the Heroescape anywhere, right? Because if I put the Heroescape on the Piplup, they might knock out double Beldum. I'm going to put the Heroescape on the Piplup. Is this dumb? Probably. But I feel like there's not a chance that they can take a double KO of double Beldum. That is the only thing that is keeping me going right now. The only thing that's keeping me sane right now, well, I would say sane, but more sane. Less insane? Yeah, not more sane, but less insane, is the fact that they use their Prime Catcher. Yeah, they can't Boston Crispin, but they can Sparkle. They can't Sparkling Crystal's Prime Catcher was their ace spec. They're ahead on prizes. So the only thing they can do is Teal Mask Ogerpon, accelerate to the Ogerpon, energy switch to the active, attach to the active, then bosses. So they can still do it. And based on the fact that they just had, everything they needed to get the Pidgeot, luck is on their side. But if we can survive this turn, we are so deep inside them. What? Okay, was not expecting that. Oh, they got the Crispin. Okay, so I guess that means they're going for the knockout. I would assume they're going for the knockout with the Raging Butt. So if I put the Hero's Cape on the Ogerpon, Urlu, yeah, this is the best version of Empoleon, and the best version of Empoleon doesn't actually use Empoleon. It uses Water Spring or Wellspring Mask Ogerpon to win. So Empoleon is so bad that Ogerpon is just better. Gordroth, oh no, that's just what happens after somebody, oh, hello. When somebody raids you, the viewership just drops sporadically. And I also might have reminded people that they were still logged into my stream, and that's bad. Okay, so we go Rare Candy into Empoleon. Genesect. Yeah, I mean, I can't really Arven for anything good. Right? Arvening does... I mean, I guess I can Arven for Counter Catcher and knock out the Latias. I guess. I guess that's what I do. I go Counter Catcher and knock out the Latias to accomplish nothing. Alright, we only need 2 energy. One each from Matang. And Gordroth, we're going to whiff the energy here, and you're going to be sad. Okay, we just got there. Okay, so if I go for... Because the Pidgeot is just going to do the thing. I mean, am I more worried about the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon at this point? Oh, man. I mean, like, I can hit into the Pidgeot, but I also have, like, if I can just Gust every single turn, I guess I am a little bit more worried about the Wellspring Mask. Oh, I was going to say if I can Gust every turn, we can win. Then I realized we can't. Then I realized that that's not a thing we can do. Because as you'll recall, I had to bosses that first turn to try to not lose the game. And then we still ended up losing the game. Just, it took more time. Alright, I'll play, I think, maybe 1 or 2 more games. Depends how badly the next game goes. Spoiler alert, it's gonna go really badly. Spoiler alert, it's gonna go terribly. I'm going to write the description for the YouTube video. The best thing about misplays is that they teach you what not to do. So what should the title of the video be? Because the original title was, I can't stop peng-winning with this. So do I just say, can I peng-win a single game? Yeah, can I peng-win a single game with Empoleon EX? And then maybe for Miss Magius, I go like, I'm confused as to how this Miss Magius deck is supposed to win. Okay, this is unfortunate. They're going to one-shot my Empoleon, aren't they? They're going to find a way. Life will find a way. But yeah, why no youngster? Because I only enjoy playing with schoolboys and schoolgirls, not youngsters. Youngsters are too old for me. I mean, if they just take the one-shot this... Oh, they're actually going to take the one-shot this turn, aren't they? I don't even think they're being greedy. I think they're just having fun over there. Oh, they got it. They got it. They absolutely got it. They 1, 2, 3. So that, I think this is 420, right? But they still have to take the 60 into... Oh my god. See, I told you. I told you. Raging Bolt is a terrible matchup for this deck. I absolutely told you. Raging Bolt is a bad matchup. Golden Go is a bad matchup. Everything is a bad matchup for this deck. Oh boy. All right, we're switching to the Munkidori list. Yeah, there's no save in this deck. Do not play it. Anything is, yeah, there's not really a good matchup for this deck. You know, let's try Monkey. Let's try the Monkey. We do have a Fez. I mean, this is a playable list. I would almost want, like, something better. Yeah, we'll get rid of the TM Evolution. How many Air Balloon we got? We got 2 Air Balloon. Let's put a Cleffa in here. Cleffa's been the missing piece for sure. Cleffa is absolutely the missing piece here. That's what I've been saying this entire time. DC fan, that's why we call it Squawking Ball Torture. All right, I'm going to write down their name. I am somewhat confident we might be able to win this. This could be the last game. I'm feeling something. I'm feeling a tingling in my Pokeballs. I'm going to write their name. Usually I've mentally checked out at this point of the stream. And I just go on autopilot, but I believe whatever we're facing is going to be the perfect matchup for our deck. Texas Wargamer, Blood Moon Ursaluna is better than Empoleon. Yes, you are correct. Oh, this is bad. They decided to go first. Well, I gotta put Piplup down. I gotta put the Piplup down. It's the Rule Edge. Literally the worst matchup for this deck, and that's saying something. Ironically, if I'd stuck with the Ogerpon build, we'd still lose, but I'd lose less of a chance I'd lose. Woo Laddie, yes, those exact words are already written down in the script for the Sunday video. I literally said, this is arguably the worst Mega ever printed, and I list multiple reasons why. Yeah, surely a stage 2 turns off its weakness, right? They wouldn't make a stage 2 metal worse than a stage 1 metal, especially a starter. All right, so if they attach to the Fez, then that's going to prep it for a retreat, and then we just big lose. What's the argument that it isn't? If you don't face the Munkidori or Frostlass, or if you don't face any of the top 10 decks in the format, the goggles only protect basics, which is another crazy thing. Okay, so let's go Cleffa. Wait, no, we got an Iono, didn't we? Yeah, we got an Iono. So I think in this situation, it's just double Beldum. Call for support. Okay, I would like another Piplup. I didn't get another Piplup. I am concerned now. Okay, well, let's retreat into the Fez. Let's retreat into the Fez. Let's make it a Fez off. What do you mean this is an auto loss? Empoleon reduces the damage it takes by 60, and I can put a Hero's Cape on it. Obviously, it's going to survive all the hits. Oh, no, I guess, no, the tagline. So the best thing about misplays is that they teach you what not to do. How about the only thing that misplayed harder than me today was PDCGL. Also, Empoleon is trash. There we go. I think that's good, right? They're 1 energy short. They don't have a knockout. They're 1 energy short of my dude. Oh, they don't got it. Oh, this is great. Okay, so we need to get 3 energy off of these Metang. That's a Hero's Cape. Okay, that's a guaranteed victory card right there. Okay, so we go Rare Candy, Hero's Cape. I get 2 evolutions out of the deck. We get those guys. All right, so all I need is 3 energy off of 2 Metang. So 3 of the top 8 cards need to be energy. Easy. There's 1. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2. We just need... Wait, yeah. Yeah, we just need 2 more. We didn't even... Okay. That's a rough one right there. That's a rough one. You know, I was expecting things to not work for us. This really didn't work for us. Okay, so let's go Cleffa down. There you go, buddy. Everything will be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen to you, buddy. Nothing bad's gonna happen, bud. You'll be totally fine. And Gordroth, oh, the Luminous is just there so you can attack with Munkidori. Right? That's pretty much the only reason. Wait, they got rid of a bosses? They must have a PAL pad, and they must be very confident that they're not going to lose the PAL pad. Or they realize that Empoleon is actual garbage. Okay, but I do have a slight chance to win. Oh, the energy that Terrastal... Oh, no, that's just the random Terrastal glitch that breaks everything. Alright, so... I'm not going to be able to get another Empoleon. That's fine, because we can just attack with the dude. Alright, so we go boom. Munkidori away from the Fez. Put... Yep, okay, 1, 2, 3. I have to... Yeah, let's Fez first. Yeah, they discarded the bosses. That was a little weird. But they probably have a PAL pad, and they're like, I'm going to see it back. I'm going to get that PAL pad back. I ain't worried. All right, yeah, there we go. So this is the Terrastal energy. So that means it's like a legacy energy. Okay, and then... What, I guess I gotta... I don't even know. Sure, let's put it on the Fez. Why not? Because the deck, of course, does not play Mega Mawile. Not that that would change anything, because they would just knock out the Mega Mawile through weakness. Yeah, we're not doing great. I think even if we weren't weak to Cerulege, we'd still probably lose. Because they would have just conserved their bosses and won that way. Because again, we can't one-shot the Cerulege. I have to once with Empoleon and then double Munkidori it. And like I have to attack with Fez, I guess. Yeah, my strategy is not what you would call good. My status in your country is not what you would call legal. All right, here we go. Air Balloon, that's cool. Not the card I want though. Nest Ball. There. Oh, there is a Mega Mawile. Okay, so wait, can that... Wait, we just lose the game if I put that in play, though. We literally just lose the game. Yeah, I think maybe they'll get a little... They'll get a little greedy here. Yeah, maybe if I make it seem like we don't got it. Maybe if I pretend like, hey, we don't got it, they're gonna put this one in the active. Come on, you know you want. You're too afraid. Oh, you're right. You called it, Antonio. They were too scared. They were running scared. Okay, Luminous on you, because they think I'm attacking with the Fez. They couldn't be more wrong. And then we go Metal Maker. And this actually, believe it or not, it does put them in range for Empoleon. This could be the greatest comeback in history here. All right, let's flip the script. I baited them with that Fez play. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to be using Lilies. This is great. Okay, so what they can obviously do is just bosses my Piplup. So actually, no, they would need an Air Balloon. So they go Air Balloon, Retreat, bossed the Piplup, knocked it out with Sol Rock, and that's really bad. But maybe they're out of fighting energy? They do have, yeah, they have 9 in the discard. Hey, that kind of talk will get you banned on. Oh, okay, so they don't got it. They're interesting. Oh, they're going for it. They're going for it. They believe in the heart of the cards here. The heart of the coin flips. Oh my god. Of course they got it. You know, PTCGL couldn't have given me one nice thing. You couldn't have been like, yeah, we'll be nice here. We'll give you one nice thing. Okay, so I have to top deck Iono. That's the opposite of an Iono. Huh. So if I do anything, I lose the game, right? All right, let's go. Mega. Actually, yeah, we gotta burn these. Of course, we didn't get the Iono. That would, and of course, we don't have any of our 2 super rods. No Iono, no super rod, none of that stuff. Okay, so Mega Mawile down. And I can't do that. Yeah, we gotta have that second Fez, I know, right? Ah, we could have maybe won the game. You know, Super Rod would have helped. Anything could have helped. Yep, okay. And of course they're playing the 80 hit point Char Cadet. They literally knew. Look at this. I can't even knock out the Char Cadet because they're playing the 80 hit point one. So like I could have targeted Doved. And yeah, there's all the cards. That's crazy that they're the one person playing the 80 hit point Char Cadet. That is absolutely crazy to me. Because like they have the 70 hit point, they have one of the 80 hit point, and that's the one that cost me the game. That's when you know this game has it out for you. And yeah, they're not out of energy. They're just going to get their last Cerule Edge. They'll attach to the active. They'll retreat. They'll do the thing, and then we lose. Yeah, I mean, they still probably would have flipped through it. Like, let's be completely honest. They were going to flip through it anyway. Okay, one more game. Actually, I haven't done a prediction in forever. I never do predictions. Let's do a prediction. I'm going to shut off the prediction once we see what we're facing. But yeah, remember that tingling I had? It was the bad kind of tingles. Level 321, baby. I love how the 21 just disappears.
I'm in danger.
Okay, we got this. We got the goated Cleffa. We're going to be fine. Everyone bet your channel points. As soon as we know what we're facing, I'm ending the thing. This is the first poll or whatever, or the prediction that I've run since I came back. Those are like 2 months since my last one. And we got this. Perfect matchup. We're going to face something that's weak to metal. Okay, if I'm going second, this is good. I wasn't paying attention. I decided to go second. Okay, this is great, except for the fact that we're about to lose everything. Can I risk losing that Super Rod? I think the answer is yes. It's the rare candy that I'm worried about. You know, if I could top deck like an Ultra Ball, that'd be perfect. Top deck Ultra Ball, everything's great. And it's... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Okay, well, they're probably going to Iono me. I mean, if they have nothing turn one, this behooves us greatly. Okay. So let's go... Yeah, I guess I just go double Beldum. Full Metal Lab down. And... I mean, they're going to Iono me. The question is, do I Iono them? I think no. I think no, because we know they don't have, like, Nest Ball or Buddy-Buddy Poffin or anything. Yeah, I don't want to give them the perfect hand. Like, they have bosses and Iono for sure, and no way to get Gibble, and we can snipe some Gibble next turn. Right? Like, I'm just assuming we're going to get a supporter, and if we don't, maybe we can get Genesect. Oh, this is goated. That is a goated draw. Oh, we're going to destroy them. See, if I'd Iono'd them, oh, we win. We literally just win this game. There's an Empoleon. Of course, we don't have the rare candy, but that's fine. Okay, we had no energy in the previous hand, so using Baby Maker is great. What? Okay, using Baby Maker this time is great. What? What? Okay, disregard. Did I forget to put energy in the deck or something? Apparently there's 0 energy in this deck. Yes, apparently there is 0 energy in the deck. That's weird. Okay. Let's go. We're gonna get more things out of the deck. I believe I should just call for support to thin out the deck even further, because I'm not worried about what they're gonna do. Unless they Iono me. Alright, so let's get... I'm gonna get bosses. Because if they Iono me, I want to get, you know, a draw supporter. But I probably should have just rare candied into Empoleon, but, I mean, Prinplup is actually better, right? That's how sad this deck is that Prinplup is better in this situation because it's going to be able to snipe their Gibble. Oh, man, this is bad. And I need all of you in the comments of the YouTube video. I need you to be supportive of me because I did make a couple misplays. So I need you to be supportive and say, you know what? We all have our bad days, but Empoleon, every day is bad for Empoleon. So that's what you need to comment is, you know, we always have our bad days. Pilot, you know, this is the one time you ever made a misplay, but the true misplay was playing Empoleon. And we can't knock out the Gibble. Great. Okay, well... I guess I just have to knock out the Spiritomb. No, you're not going to do that, problem child. Okay, so the problem with the Spiritomb is that it does 10 more damage for each damage counter. I think I just have to start taking KOs. Right, I think we just got to start taking some KOs here. Not using bosses, because remember, I can soften up a... Are you kidding me right now? I literally just need 1. I need 1 energy. Thank you. I think we just start softening them up and just going from there. Okay, and let's, yeah, we'll Lillies, because I'd like a couple more basics. That's exactly what we got. All right, so double Piplup. Did you know, fun fact, the symbols right here, like the metal symbol and the gaping butthole, those are called pips. If you didn't know, those are called pips. The official term from the Pokemon Company for what the hell are those things, they are called pips. You now have useless information. Congratulations. Do with it what you want. Okay, so they're gonna do a bunch of damage. The Empoleon's gonna suck a butt. Yeah, they're called pips. Yeah, that's literally the official name for them is pips. It was in one of the patch notes where they said, like, we changed the color of the pips. It's a weird name, but it's like, that's also the name of what the divots in the dice are called. Those are also called pips. And Woo Laddie, hey, you got rid of useless information to get useful information. Okay, I believe what we should do, they might go for a corkscrew dive. Yeah, I was going to say, they're probably going to go for a corkscrew dive just because they need to draw cards. And then they also have Spiritomb. That is actually going to cost them because I have an unplayable hand. But they didn't know that. And yes, it would be nice if I had space for Munkidori on the bench, but we'll worry about that bridge when we have to cross it. We'll worry about that bridge to Terabithia when we have to cross it. Hey, we got one. All right, so that'll go there. Put that there. We go Iron Feathers. So, and ABC, you know what? That deserves a pin. If people haven't redeemed the code yet, that's on them. It's been pinned for over 2.5 hours, and I can also just, do that, and there's all the free codes to get free stuff. So unless they get a bunch of, because they're doing 260, they would need, what, 3? Oh, sorry, they need 4, I think, because of Full Metal Lab. Obviously, if they get Forest of Vitality and are able to get some Rose Raid and then some Premium Power Pro, then we're big screwed. But if they can't, then we're fine. And it would be a huge benefit if I could retreat and take a knockout with Prinplup. The reason it would be very helpful to take a knockout with Prinplup is because I want to put a bench space for a Munkidori. Because they're going to damage my Empoleon. I want to put a Munkidori down and attach energy to it. Okay, there's Watchtower. That's fine. That's a teardrop. Everyone from Azul's stream who's still here, press 1 if you agree that that's a teardrop. Yeah, we just gotta... wait, what are they doing? They're attacking with the Spiritomb? Okay, that's kind of what I thought they were going to do. And Suika Game, thank you. Thank you. I got a Raging Curse. Alright, well, you've kind of activated my trap card, right? I just get more energy out of the deck. Okay, we don't get more energy out of the deck. We fail to get any energy out of the deck. Oh my goodness. This is insane. Alright, I have to bosses. Oh yeah, I should have probably grabbed the Empoleon first, but I mean, come on. Come on, PTCGL. The fact that we still couldn't get 1, even though there's 5 in the deck, that's a little nutso. Alright, so we take the knockout, we make their life a little bit more difficult, so they have to Draconic Buster. And I think, yeah, Draconic Buster, because they bumped the Full Metal Lab, Draconic Buster is taking a knockout, but they're going to lose more energy, which is good. And they also only have a 5-card hand, but they'll get it. Rose Raid is a slight problem, but again, if we can just get a Munkidori, we have a much better chance of winning the game. Okay, well, Draconic Buster time. I will be able to bosses, so all I have to do is knock out a Garchomp for game. Yeah, but I can't put the Fez down if I want to put room for Munkidori, and we're going to have to put room for Munkidori because that's how I can knock out the Spiritomb really easily. I can risk it for a Prinplup, and we can knock out the Gible. So if I Prinplup, knock out the Gible, but that is such a huge risk, but it's not that much of a risk, to be completely honest. It's not a huge risk. It's not a board game. It's just the risk is the stupid Metang. That's the risk. All right, they have a very low hand size, but I think what we do is Piplup. And I want to... There's a boss's hors d'oeuvres. I'm going to get the Metang out of the deck. I have to Super Rod, what? The Prinplup. And 2 energy. Oh, there's no Prinplup. Never mind. I got to put 3 energy in the deck. Okay. Please don't fail me. Okay, you're doing that thing where you're failing me. So this is going to determine what I do. If this is 2 energy, we go for the Prinplup. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. We don't do that anymore. we change our strategy completely. We still need to leave room for the Munkidori, though. Well, we shouldn't have left room for the Munkidori. Oh, we're having a great time today. We're having a fantastic time. Oh, baby. This is pain personified. Best stream ever. Yeah, this is better than the wheezing stream. Yeah, the game really hates me. Normally Matang is good, but I do only play 10 metal. Again, they're going for the Empoleon play, which is actually totally fine because we have Mega Mawile and that can one-shot a dude. So believe it or not, we actually win this game. And yep, there's the card we need. Okay, so putting the Mega Mawile down prematurely is good. Because it's always good to do things prematurely. And then watch me get a bunch of energy now. No, that was supposed to be reverse psychology. You're supposed to actually give me... I was trying to be facetious. What? Can somebody explain to me what is happening right now? Okay. Let's go. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna Lilies and hope for the best. And we did not get the best. This is not the best. This is almost the worst. Okay, well, let's Genesect out the Metang. Oh, man. And I have to Super Rod now. So let's go Super Rod the energy. And yeah, we don't need to worry about that. I knock out the Spiritomb. We go Iron Feathers. And if you're wondering why I did what I did, the reason I did that is because they could Iono me to 2, and I can still win by putting that energy back because it increases the chances that Metang gets energy, even though Metang is trash. So it's better to Super Rod the 1 energy back in now than, you know, save it for next turn when it could be more, when they could or Unfair Stamp me, which is actually much better. Okay, that's bad. We wanted that to stay in the deck. This is literally going to come down to a Baby Maker Metang. It's going to come down to the card that has disappointed me the entire game. But I believe. Press 1 if you believe in the heart of the cards. Oh, they can't even take a knockout. Unless even if they go for Counter Catcher, it doesn't matter. If they go for Counter Catcher, that's totally fine. Because Counter Catcher, what, you knock out the Metang? You go for the Genesect? I can retreat the Genesect, so they lose. They 100% lose the game now unless they retreat. But even then, yeah, you don't see Unfair Stamp enough these days. Unfair Stamp is elusive. Now they're going for another Garchomp, but didn't they attach this turn to the active? Yeah, they attached to the active, and they also evolved that Gibble this turn. Yeah, they evolved the Gibble, so they're just in rough shape. I guess they're retreating, but again, that doesn't save them. Okay. I think they might think it's the opposite, but I think they might think Gobble Down is opposite. Because you get so used to Charizard. Like, Charizard is dependent on your opponent's prize cards. Mawile is dependent on my prize cards, which makes it completely different. So they are completely out of the game. Even if they retreat, it doesn't matter. This could be a YouTube game because I'm going to win, but I'll leave this a VOD Twitch exclusive just because they had such a bad start. But I don't know. It's kind of an interesting list. It feels like it needs more power. Right? It feels like we haven't seen everything their deck offers. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so let's gobble down. Gobble down some toes. Well, they were in a no-win situation because what they had to do was have they should have. What they should have done is they should have dragon sliced the Piplup, but they only had 1 energy attachment, so yeah, they couldn't do it. And I forgot this was the prediction game. It was a 7-7 split, but the Nays said they were, and this is why I attached the Luminous. Wait, what? Oh, they're going for the moral victory. Hey, PDCGL could still crash, and then it's I have to refund everybody the points. They're going for the moral victory. You would have, I think, yeah, courtesy would say you just do the thing. You don't, you don't evolve when you know your opponent has game on hand. So let's complete the prediction. Yes, I won that game. We're gonna gobble down. We're gonna gobble down. And they conceded. They what was the point? What was the point? It's not like I was wasting time. All right, let's never play this deck again. So yeah, the reason I'm not streaming tomorrow is because I do have to work on that video, and there's a surprising number of cards that are coming out in Ascended Heroes. It's a lot more than I was expecting. If it was like 20 cards, then I could stream tomorrow, but no. All right, I'll raid the rebroadcast, and everyone just spam your pilot emotes. Yeah, everyone just post an emote, post the Squirtle emote, post the GG, post the saluting pilot emote. Right? Because this is how we can get, free advertising. Because people be like, oh, who sent the raid? Who sent the raid? All right, so yeah, I'll be back on Monday with probably Cerule Edge. And then I think Tuesday will be Bronzong. I'll get to Miss Magius. Like, it's a huge drop-off. The quality of decks, you thought Empoleon was bad, wait until next week. I think Cerule Edge has a bit of a chance, but it's like you have to play Cerule Edge EX. I don't know, it doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel like peanut butter between the toes. But yes, I'll see you all on Monday. Make sure you spam an emote.